Alright, Shalom, Shalom Akim, first and foremost. Alright, before I begin this lesson, alright, I want to give all praises, alright, and all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Klakutash, and Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem, Klakutash, Barakatam, and the water Yahweh, Shemashai for the spirit of truth. And as always, the honors goes to my apostles, elders, and great millstone who were well and taught me this truth to the spirit of the And as always, salutations to the Zakoni and Ma'akim, across the four corners of the earth, that's teaching this truth with sincerity, faith, and honesty. Alright, Shalom, Wa'abatham, Wa'abakariam, Shayar Sha'ala, which is peace. Alright, love to the elect of Israel. Alright, I'm my fellow servant, Carmiel Sha'ala here in Tampa Bay, Florida, GMS Tampa Bay 12, and pretty much through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Me and this brother, Mike Allah, we were watching this movie, Assassin's Creed, alright, in 2016. It came out, and pretty much, alright, the movie was very spiritual, and the brother Ash in the camp, the head of the camp, he actually referred us to watch that movie, man, and, I'm gonna let him know, man, that movie was bad, man, but pretty much it showed, alright, he came into remembrance of who he was, man. Alright. Over time he had to earn his confidence. Over time, everybody was wondering who he was. But see, the whole thing is people knew the people that would be the elites, if you will, they know who he is. Just like they know who we are. Alright. And see, the thing about this whole thing is, alright, you have Esau Edom who have placed billions of dollars, alright, into certain fields where, like the BDG, alright, and certain things to destroy this truth, alright, or try to attempt to destroy this truth and try to attempt for us not to understand who we are as a nation of people, man. But guess what? Through the prophecy, alright, that we were going to remember ourselves. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get back. Alright, I'm just going through the spirit, a few precepts on my mind. Okay. Alright, because like I say, man, that movie was very heavy. And towards the end of the movie, matter of fact, I'm gonna say this real quick before I bring this out. He actually was able to go. They put him under this machine where he was actually able to go back 500 years. And when he went back 500 years in time, it was him. All right, it was who he was, man. He was an assassin. All right, and then one thing that stuck out to me was his father and people that he was around. They always told him that creed is in your blood. All right, and that reminds me of Deuteronomy 7:6. And the scriptures tell you in the New Testament that you are a royal priesthood. All right, so the reason why I say that was because the elect, all right, we are the true descendants, all right, of the nation of Israel. And if we be, Lord's will be part of that number. If we be the elect, we are that royal bloodline, man, that the Heavenly Father has diagnosed with salvation in the times we're coming into, man. All right, if you younger brothers can perceive that, man. Okay, that's why you catch the hell you catch, go through the things you go through. Things happen to you abnormal, all right, and you tend to fight it, all right, and strive through it. Well, that's because the Heavenly Father have separated us, man. We remember who we were, okay, and through much affliction, all right, and tribulation shall we enter into that rest, okay. All right, and this is the things that this guy was going through, man, which is resemblance of us. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab this real quick. Baruch chapter 2, verse 29. It says, "If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number." Right, and the whole nation of Israel was once under the obedience of the Heavenly Father, but then you had 2/3 of our people that constantly was going off. So the Heavenly Father numbered it down to a small number, i.e. elect, a remnant. All right, it says, "Among the nations where I will scatter them." That's right, and you have been scattered. This is why you have, all right, great millstone camps are popping up everywhere across the world, man. Not only here in the United States, but everywhere. In Jamaica, you got GMS Jamaica, you got GMS Germany, man. And Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar, did one time fly over to Germany, all right, and build them brothers up. It's the spirit of power outside, because what? We are remembering who we are, man. Okay? The Heavenly Father have purposed this through prophecy to wake up, all right, and to receive these words that are engrafted and are able to save our soul. And that's the mercy of Yahweh Shai, man. For you actually understand that the scriptures that people put on the back burner are actually being fulfilled today as we speak, and you living and you doing that to the best of your ability. You know, the Heavenly Father is looking on that, man. Okay, because you are remembering who you are. All right, that's the point. Baruch 2 verse 30, it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." In the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. So wherever you Akim out there across the four corners of the earth, starting with Elder Apostle Harlem down, guess what? We remembered, all right? We meaning back, member going to the word memory. All right, so we went back into memory. Why? Matter of fact, let me grab that precept real quick through the Spirit. This is all right, got it. This is Jeremiah. All right, hey man, this, you know, you got to thank the Heavenly Father for even giving you this truth. You know, because man, we have the truth, but we don't have a rebellious spirit on us, man. The elect have the truth, but they don't have a proud spirit on them, man. They have a spirit of confidence, a spirit of charity, a spirit of a sound mind, a spirit of love and of might, and not of fear. Okay, and that's what we have remembered, man. The love of the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son to us. All right, where you keep seeing chariot sightings, man. While all hell breaking loose, man. Okay, because we are remembering who we are daily. The elect is waking up daily. That valley of dry bones daily is waking up, man. It's putting on life. The breath of the spirit of Yahweh Shai entering into those souls. And the scriptures saying Wisdom of Solomon, 7th chapter, making them holy souls and making them holy prophets and friends of the Most High, man. All right, and that's what's going on. The Israel of the Most High, remember themselves, sanctifying themselves, which meaning what? Separating themselves. Okay. All right. And that was prophesied that we would do this. Okay. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So these are the words of the Heavenly Father. All right. It says, "Stand ye in the way and see." Right. Stand ye in the way and see. Okay. So what? Here it is. We walking in this flesh. All right. We were being tempted. The scriptures tell you throughout the 2nd chapter. 1 Corinthians 10 tell you what? There is no temptation that shall take you, which is but common to men, but the Most High is faithful. So we're constantly walking this path, all right, searching the scriptures, okay, all right, and lining up the scriptures with, we're lining up biblical prophecies with the things that are happening here physically, man, because the Heavenly Father said what? His word did not go out void. So the word went out, and now we are witnessing the physical things coming to pass, man, which is what? Judgment, okay, remembrance for the elect, man. All right, and this is what happened in that movie in Assassin's Creed, man. He started to, every time he went to the Anonymous, if you will, he became stronger and stronger to the point where he wasn't afraid anymore. And that's what Yahweh Shai does. He will put you through that walk, just like when you have a child and you teaching him how to ride a bike. First, he start off with training wheels. Why? Because he's afraid. He got to learn how to ride, man. But once he gets built up, his confidence gets built up, then you're able to take off the training wheels, and what? He taking that drive of faith, if you will. You see? All right? Now he's going off of faith. All right? And that's what the Heavenly Father has done unto us. Building us up. The scriptures say, desire the sincere milk that ye may grow. So the Heavenly Father has constantly brought us back into remembrance day by day. The Spirit is renewed day by day. And this is the beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing for righteousness to be springing up in the planet Earth, man. Faith, man, is springing up in the nation of Israel. And our people are bugging out because they like, he really believe in this? Yes. Okay? Because the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning of the things that are going to happen. Noah, the things that happened with Noah, okay, it's happening right now before you. Okay? But we wouldn't know how to cope with it or deal with it if the scriptures wasn't written. Okay? I would be like, damn, why everybody keep bucking up against me, man? Why everybody keep treating me like I'm a nigga, like I ain't got no common sense? But really, I'm Clark Kent. Really, I'm being Clark Kent out here, man. You know? That's how we feel. How would you know how to deal with that if the scriptures wasn't written? So you can remember who you were, all right, in the land of your captivities. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the way and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. That's right, man. Okay, because 2/3 don't want to walk this walk, man. But the scriptures say, ye shall find rest for your souls. All right, and the scriptures say, comfort one another with these words. Okay, in the book of Psalms, the 37th chapter, I can get it, but I don't want to make it too long. It says, rest in the Lord. All right. Fret not thyself against evildoers, man. All right, but meditate on the law of Yahweh Shai and abide in his love and abide in his word, man. Put on his word, man. Let Yahweh Shai go to work, man. Okay, whatever he has planned for you, whatever brought upon you, take cheerfully. But the Heavenly Father, his word does not return into him void. Okay, so it was a time that was set for us to remember these things. That's why. Going from there, all right. Going from there, we can go to, like I said, through the Spirit, Power Yahweh Shai was a time where we were going to remember these things. This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. It says, I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. That's right, Esau, Edom to this day, Psalms 83 on down there. All right. Okay, it tells you about the confederacy of the wicked, man. And how Esau, Edom, in the book of Psalms says, plotted against the just daily. All right, and the scriptures tell you he can't get no rest until he have caused some to hurt. So this is why you have certain laws set up against you. All right, the food, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the people around you at your job itself. Okay, the moment you step outside of your house, everything is against you, man. Why? Because he have plotted against the just. He sit and lay a snare for his own brother. All right. Who is who? Jacob, man. All right, the brother of Esau. And what? Esau, Edom, all right, is a so-called white man. And Jacob is a so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So that's why it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brethren. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. It says, these things hast thou done. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. How did the Heavenly Father keep silence? Because when you go into the book of Habakkuk, it says, though the execution of the wicked is not, though judgment is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the Son of Man are fully setting them to do evil, because the Heavenly Father hath not judged this man swiftly. But when you read the book of Job, it tells you how the Heavenly Father had it written down that what? They spend their life in wealth and go down into the grave. Esau Edom was made to flourish in this flesh, but in the spirit he has none, because that was the birthright he gave up to prosper on this side, man. You see, but we remember this. We are putting on that armor of light. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah, awake, await, and put on armor, put on strength. What is our strength? The wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shai in these words, which shall what? Be the stability of our times that we're coming into, man, so that we can know where to go, which way to turn. All right? Because he have revealed himself unto us. That's why Yahweh Shai said, it is given unto you to know the mysteries, but unto them it is not given. The Lord was only dealing with a sacred men, all right, a remnant of men, okay, that were going to remember themselves in this last time in the flesh, in this last time of carnality ruling, all right. So it says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, right? So Esau really feels that the Heavenly Father is with him. Why? Because the Heavenly Father ain't touching him yet, man. He constantly gunning you down. He constantly making you go off. You eating that red lobster every Saturday. You get out with your girls, you get out with your friends, you get out with your crew, you go out and eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all right, and all these abominable foods. And the Heavenly Father, all right, has given Esau Edom the power, all right, to let you think that abominable foods that you are eating is the right thing to do. And what is he doing behind closed doors? He's going up to the Heavenly Father like, man, look at what your people doing, Baba Kasha. Return thy birthright unto me, man. Okay? But how can the Heavenly Father do that when your blood, when our blood is covering your whole body? Forget about just your hands. This man is drinking our blood as we speak. Believe it or not, man. Okay? All right, but the Heavenly Father have kept silence because he ain't touched yet. All right? But the Heavenly Father has a certain time in due season it shall be accomplished. And that's where the patience and the faith of the saints come from. That's why we got to keep enduring. We seeing the prophecies be fulfilled. The RFID chip, the Third World War, our people bugged out, 2/3 being sealed, man. It's beautiful when you see non-believers because the scriptures say the slaying of the Lord shall be many, if I'm not mistaken, in the book of Isaiah, the 66th chapter. All right, yeah, and the slaying of the Lord shall be many. Many what? Many what? 2/3 of our people shall be cut off and die. Okay, by what? The scriptures say in the book of Ezekiel by famine, pestilence, noisome beasts. All right, and this is what's going on. Okay. It says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing. The Heavenly Father is setting the elect in order, in 144,000 men being placed in order, from those that died in the faith to those that are living in the faith. We're all in order. All right. And that's a beautiful thing. All right. So from there, this is 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, the elect, and that's why the word beloved is in parentheses, man, because the scriptures was only written for those that feared him and thought upon his name. That's in the book of Malachi, the 3rd chapter. All right, because the scriptures tell you with their mouth they claim they love me, but their heart is far from me. And that's speaking about who? 2/3 of our people. But the elect of the nation of Israel is why this book of remembrance was written. Okay? And once again, they know who we are. All right? So that's why in that movie, they were hoping that he would find the apple of Eden, if you will, all right, and return it unto them so that they can rebirth. All right, the Roman Empire, man. You see? And that's been the whole battle between the Templar, the Templar, all right, and this is Assassin's Creed in 2016, the movie that came out, all right? The Templar of Knights and against the Assassins, which is the Templar of Knights is Esau Edom, and the Assassins, all right, are Jacob, okay? Because when you watch the movie, all right, they were very skillful, and their bloodline, all right, went back to the ancient men of great assassins, man, all right, man of war, if you will, okay. And the scriptures tell you the Heavenly Father is a man of war. But when he found out who he was, when they put him under that anonymous, when he found out who he was, he had control over it. The Heavenly Father was basically showing in that movie, he intervened. And then what? They tried to take him out. They tried to assassinate him because he used the system against him. And that's why the scriptures say you can't do nothing against the truth, but for it. Here it is. They're thinking that, and they knew who he was, man. They personally went to go get him, man. They personally went to go get this man because they knew who he was. They knew, and they kept saying the blood. His father and his mother kept telling him the blood that is in your veins is not of yours, but is of the creeds, because it's royalty, man. He was a descendant. He was a direct link of the descendants of his forefathers, and they put him under this anonymous, where he went 500 years back into the future, back into the past, and he was living out his own life. Okay, when he was an assassin. And we're going to have all this knowledge when we get into the kingdom. We're going to know just who we were, which king we were, what assassin we was, what pilgrim we was. All right, our first father, us getting back to getting here on the planet Earth, to all the way into who we was when we established the planet Earth and all the planets with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who was given the blueprint from the Heavenly Father. We're going to know all these things, man. Okay. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you in both, which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. That's right. So what does this word do? This word purify you. And it stirs up your pure mind, which is what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is placed into that mind. Because you got a lot of bird brains out here, man. But the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures is what separate us from the whole world. Okay? Because that was the pure minds of the elect. So matter of fact, from there, let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a lively stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious. So Yahweh Shai was what? Yahweh Shai was that lively stone. You see? Yahweh Shai is the forerunner of our faith. Alright? Verse 5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house in holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifice acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Shai. Right? And what is those spiritual sacrifices we're doing? Being more in the body. Showing up to camp. Alright? Being amongst the brothers. Alright? Being on the conference calls. Wherever it is, man, that pertains to body. Being subject one to another. The scripture says submit to one another, man. Roughly to say. Because this is the body. We are many members. But it is one body of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And that's what we have remembered. This is how we conquered and ran through many nations, man. Because when we moved, we was assembled as a body, man. Okay, the Lord had it all perfectly set up, but what we had to learn what wickedness was. All right, so that when we get into this, into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're going to be perfect, knowing good and evil. Okay, and the Heavenly Father purposed us to know this, man, so that we can be over the good angels and the evil angels, man. So that's why the scripture says, we know that all things work good for those that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Who would that be? The elect. We're going to be right there where Yahweh Shai is, which he's over the angels, man. On the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. All right? So with that, let me see if I can get one more precept through the Spirit concerning us remembering who we are, man. Because this is a kind, I've just seen it through the Spirit. This is a beautiful thing what the Heavenly Father has done to us to bring back remembrance of royal blood, royalty running through my blood. My blood right now as I speak, your blood, man. You elect brothers out there, you brothers out there that really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, we have royalty running through us, man. Even 2/3, but they deny the Heavenly Father. So guess what? They are a spiritual sacrifice on the left-hand side. But for us, Lord's will be part of that number, man. We're going to be glorified, man. The Heavenly Father is getting ready to glorify his elect, man. In the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell break loose. That's in the book of Job, the 5th chapter. Starting at 19, you can, if you will, or a little bit up. All right, where it says in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 he shall deliver you, man. And how is the Lord going to do that? Because what? In Psalms, the 91st chapter, it tell you, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, which is the scriptures, shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And me even speaking and quoting those precepts right now, as I'm speaking right now, is the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai returning unto me, man. Because I remembered the power, which while you have Elder Apostle Tahar, the brothers out there in Men of Valor, all right, the brothers out there in DTA, and so forth, you brothers that's not a part of the camp, that's so fervent in this doctrine, so fervent in this truth, not letting affliction stop you from pushing this truth, all right, because the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai have returned it to you, man. You remember who you was, and you believe in the things that are not seen. That's why the scriptures say the things that are not seen are temporal, But the things that are not seen, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Ancient of Days, in the Spirit, Yahweh Shai, okay, are eternal. And we're getting ready to be immortal, eternal gods, man. Young gods, okay, forever young. That song, Forever Young, I wanna be forever. Yes, bro, that song is actually us, bro. Marvel, Capcom, all right, you name it, okay, you name it, that's us, that's the elect. So, go ahead and close out on this. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. And that's right, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai, is undoing our affliction. Because the scriptures tell you the punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. So our affliction is up. Okay, we're no more going into captivity, man. I can't stress that enough, man. Okay, because you look at it right now, if America, which America is going to get wiped out, but if Russia had the chance to rule, guess what? They ain't ruling next, man. China had the chance to rule, guess what? They ain't ruling. Why do you think every time you see Kim Jong-un, he's just excited? Because he knows that America is finished, because all of his allies are against it. The UN is against it, all right? Its military and its weaponry is old, which is just out of date, man, out of date. But guess what? We don't have no power in the flesh. We trust in the Spirit. And that's all the power you need. And that's going to be shown when the Heavenly Father raised a standard, man. And when he sent his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, with the angels, man, to save so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who were despised. That's you. All right? That's us. It says, and I will save her that halteth right. In the scripture, I have likened you to a comely and delicate woman. It says, and gather her that was driven out. That's why I brought out earlier, we were scattered, okay, in Beirut, the second chapter. I will scatter them. But what? In the land of their captivities, they will remember themselves. All right? That's why it says, there shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but out of the land of the north. All right? And Salaki for the light. Forgive me, they ain't do too much justice, but hey, that light, man, you are the children of the light. It says, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land. So the brothers getting ready to get praise and fame, and that praise and fame that we're going to be given is not of our own, but to glorify the Heavenly Father, so that he can get the praise, and so that he can get that fame scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. Because when people ask us where do we get this power from, we're going to happily tell them through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I was able to raise up this man from the dead, all right, or make this lame man walk, or make this blind man see through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua of Nazareth, man. Okay, rise ye up and walk. Okay, just like the apostle said, nothing, money I have not, but the name of Yahushua of Nazareth to rise ye up. And that's what we're getting ready to do, to show you the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And once those miracles get to working then, in the times we're coming into, that's going to be another closer step from Yahushua being in 2nd Exodus 13, revealing himself from the heavens, all right, wiping you nations clean out, man, all right, because our word is piercing this economy. Our word is piercing your third world's war. Our word is piercing your new world order as we speak, but it's spiritual. But when you see these things happen physically, then shall they know that a prophet was among them, man. Then you're going to know how real this thing was, man. Then you're going to know who the men of the Lord were in that time, all right? Who stood and gave their life for this truth, man, all right? It says, I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame, all right? And I'm closing out on that, man, because what we've been put to shame here, primarily in Babylon the Great, because the scriptures tell you that in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, man, all right? This was the curse, man, that we shall be scattered because our forefathers went off, man. And we are forefathers coming back, man. But what? We remember who we are. So that's why in the book of Micah, the 7th chapter, says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I've sinned against him, man. You only have I known for all the families of the earth. Therefore, I'll punish you for your iniquities. What was our iniquities? All right? Transgression of law. For sin is transgression of the law. And we went off, man. You can't keep the law no more. So we had to we needed a spiritual sacrifice, which was Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And we remembered our power, man, through the mercy of Yahweh. All right, to give us Yahweh Shai, man, in a valley of shadow of death. All right, the scripture says, I will fear no evil. Okay? We will fear no evil of the flesh because the Heavenly Father is rocking with us in the spirit. All right, so with that, Lord's with us was edifying to the elect. All right, I want to give all praises. Slaki. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. All right, to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and the water, Yahweh Shai for the spirit of truth. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Zaquani with Achim. Shalom to the elect.